Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm very excited to bring you an ukulele that hasn't been here for quite a while. So it's really nice to see this custom ukulele back in house here at Ukulele Friend. This is a tenor size custom Wolverton ukulele, and this one has some beautiful woods all around. But really, the sound is something pretty special with this one. So can't wait to go ahead and get into it. But let me go ahead and talk about the aesthetics of this instrument. As you can see on the front, beautiful curly redwood. You can see that darkness of the grain pattern against the light. Hopefully you guys can see it in the camera itself, but here in the light it's very obvious. You can see the streaks of the curliness with the redwood, and nice big stripes of the line with the grain pattern running down straight all the way down in front of the instrument. Beautiful stuff. And then we turn our attention to the sides and back. Really nice curly claro walnut wood. I love how on this set of wood you not only have the streaks, these dark streaks that run all the way from the bottom all the way to the top of the instrument, but the curl on this is more of like stacked books. So it's not like it's a crazy, big curls like that. It's nice and tight, and they're all like stacked upon each other just like that. And it's accented very beautifully by this kind of backing strip right here, which is a mixture of maple wood or like a maple purfling. So we have the maple wood right here along the sides right here, and then this kind of dirt orange kind of color we have the paduk wood, so right here these little dots. And as you can see around the instrument, it's really nice aesthetically to have this wood purfling wrap around the back of the instrument, the side of the instrument right here, as well as here on the front of the instrument. And I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but as you can see in between the wood purflings around the instrument, you have also that kind of brown orange kind of paduk wood purfling all the way around the body. And the sides or the bindings right here on the top and back is wenge wood. So it has these nice characteristics, like very apparent streaks of the wood grain pattern that's going in this direction. And it pretty much wraps all around the instrument. So it adds a little bit of texture while, as I can see and I'm looking at it, especially in the light. So there's just a lot of woody contrast in this instrument, from the curliness of the walnut, the grain patterns with the wenge wood with the binding, having this kind of lighter wood purfling around the sides, having again the maple woods, the brighter kind of wood aesthetic here in the middle, that orangeness, brownness of the paduk wood. I mean, there's just a lot of pretty cool things going on here. And then when we turn our attention to the front again, this typical kind of cello, violin, viola kind of aesthetic. This is the F kind of cutaway or cutout sound hole right here, along with the regular sound hole. So a little nice aesthetic. If we had the other one, it almost pretty much looks like your classical type of instrument. And then really beautiful rosewood with all different kinds of woods around here with the same wood combination. So really nice. It almost kind of gives off like a semi yin yang kind of aesthetic. So really cool. I just love how it's like inverted. So you have the maple here, but then you have the paduk over here, and then the paduk wood here, but then the maple over there. So it's just really nice all together. And then we have your ebony bridge, ebony fretboard, and with the fretboard itself, we have the same wood orientation, meaning that we have the paduks on the outside, paduk wood, and then we have the maple wood on the inside as like your kind of bigger fret markers. And on the very inside, there's a small little orange or that reddish dot. That is the paduk wood as well on the inside. So it's just beautiful stuff. And it's wrapped nicely along with this wood purfling all the way around the fretboard. So just a lot of really cool little details on this instrument. The headstock itself, we have the curly claro walnut as the head, the headstock or the faceplate of the headstock, as well as the paduk wood right here in the middle, as well as the maple wood right here on the top in this circle. So again, just nice, beautiful woody kind of aesthetics to this instrument, along with the more of that maple right there on the lines of the headstock. And then going into the back of the instrument, we have a sunburst stained mahogany neck. And then we also have the curly claro walnut on the back of the headstock as well. And then we have snakewood button tuners, and these are grand tuners, the grand Schaller tuners. So these are pretty sweet, very easy to tune, and very accurate. So it's really nice to see these grand tuners. You don't really see it too often because there's different types of tuners. So it's really nice to see these. These are really higher end tuners on this instrument. So yeah, altogether, this is a really just beautiful instrument. it's just a lot of that natural wood kind of aesthetic going on, and I really tend to like those kind of instruments. Yeah, it's really nice to have like Paula Abalone Shell, Mother of Pearl, all the kind of blingy stuff. But sometimes when you just have that kind of more naturistic kind of look to it, especially like with the Padauk wood, with making it pop with the like that orange kind of brownish kind of color. It just really, for me, it doesn't stick out too much, but it's enough to be like, what is that wood, on the instrument. So just really awesome stuff. And what's cool about this instrument is this is a gloss finish, but it's actually, or it looks like a gloss finish, but this is essentially a French polish, which is a very tedious and time consuming labor of love, where you gotta spend just hours of just applying the finish and just, I mean, I'm not sure what the exact process is, but I just heard it's one of those really intensive, just sitting and just going and just trying to equally apply all of that finish to the instrument. So this instrument, not only is it beautiful, but there's just so much love and effort put into this. And as you go into the sound, you'll see that it's responding very well, because this thing is just oozing with tone, and there's so much richness in the sound. It's very loud. So if I just play a simple C chord, I mean, this thing is just a gigantic wall of sound, and I don't even have to play that hard. But I love how not only is it loud and there's a lot of projection, I love just the quality of the tone, because it's one thing if if an ukulele is loud, but it's also really cool when you have a loud ukulele with good projection. But when you listen to the quality of the sound, it's just so like just easy on the ears. It's just nice and warm. There's a nice resonance to it. When I'm plucking on the A string, listen to that overtone. So overtones is essentially, if I pluck like a C note, it's gonna sound off any, well, this is all physics, it's gonna sound off all of the partials and stuff. So the E, C, G, so all of these notes, you can hear me plucking a G note will activate, and you can hear the other strings vibrate. Even though I didn't hit the other strings, and you can hear it like this. And that's the proof right there. So, I mean, that's a mark of a really wonderful instrument, expertly crafted instrument. So, just very clean on the A string. Here on the 12th fret, listen to that vibrato. Very nice, just you can hear the wave. Even on the E string. Nice, big, assertive sound. Clean. Just nice, rich sound. And this is a good time to bring up too that this instrument is 12 frets to the body. So usually it's very common to have 14 frets to the body with a tenor instrument, but this is kind of more like the older school of thought, like from classical guitars, where if you have 12 frets to the body, there's something about the physics of how like 12 frets is like that magic spot with these fretted instruments, and when it joins the body, this is like the sweet spot of the instrument. So it's just kind of comes down to a preference, but I wanted to go ahead and showcase that this instrument does have 12 frets to the body, which just falls more in line like what most classical guitars are kind of situated. I just love how big and clean. How big and clean that. Just nice and clean. It's not muddy. It's not like too much. It's just in the middle two strings too. That C string. You can hear the vibrato. Just listen how clean that is. And just nice sustain to it, especially on the 15th fret. You can hear a vibrato on the 15th fret. That's really awesome. Yeah, it's just really nice big sound. For fingerstyle, if you want to strum, you don't have to strum loud because it's a naturally loud instrument. And the sound is just so clean. This ukulele does also have a radius fretboard, so instead of the frets being flat, there's a little arch to it. So for me, it helps me with my bar chords and being able to just slightly make it a little more comfortable holding the instrument like this. And one last thing that I wanted to mention before we go ahead into a sound sample is that I wanted to go ahead and mention that the neck profile on this is more, I want to say it's more like of a C shape where it's going to kind of be rounded and it sticks out more. So rather it's not going kind of straight down and then it curls in. It's pretty much just going directly. It's like a really nice rounded half circle, just like that. So it is on the slightly thicker side. So for those of you who prefer having thicker necks because let's say you have bigger hands or you just like grabbing more meat on the neck and you just want to hold more, then this is the instrument for you. Versus the opposite side, which is when you have like a super thin neck, there's less to hold, but then there's like less of a depth to the neck compared to like, you know, if I make a bar chord like this, but then if you have a skinnier neck, then you're kind of pinching more like this. So it does kind of make a difference with playability, but it ultimately it determines or is determined by how you are as a player. Do you prefer skinnier necks or thicker necks? It's one of those things that you can try out and you can find out for yourself. But for those of you who are looking for an ukulele with a slightly thicker neck, this is the instrument for you. So with all of that being said, I'm super excited to get into a sound sample. So let's go ahead and go on a little journey and see where we come out on the other side. So let's see. As you can hear, just such a rich tone. And I'm not even playing loud. This is just me being super relaxed. But it's just so responsive. Alright, here we go. Shake all the tone out of the instrument. As you can hear, the harmonics. Sparkly clean. It's like bells. And then you can shake the... I promise, when I'm doing this, I'm not just for acting. There's literally so much tone coming out of the instrument that you can literally just... You can hear the vibrations of the instrument just come so richly out of this instrument. So here's what this instrument will sound like with a bit of strumming, just so you can hear what it all sounds like.